Luheo perhaps. Anyway, getting the exhaust bit clean, and this is one of the dirtiest jobs I've ever done. Little bit of petrol and just run it through the muffler, you know. Pretty empty now. I don't want it to anyway, and there's loads of sand and stuff in there. It's terrible. So I never liked the idea of the CDI bouncing around on the plastic, and it's supposed to be held in there on a metal thing. So really I put some polystyrene down there just to comfort it, and sat it on some bits of leather. I'm going to cable tie that thing in there pretty good. It's starting to look a bit busy down here. Basically the CDI, I've cable tied it in its little place in the big scheme of things. It's actually temporarily hooked up just to see what goes where, and we're getting a spark here whenever we use the kickstart. We've gone the long way round now with the orange cable, so it follows this loom and goes in from here. So we can actually connect these two. If fitting the exhaust in place, the downpipe seems to go in okay. When it comes to this rubber junction, it only just fits. So I might have to do something. I mean, if it goes here, it's too much, and here is too little. So as this is not a stock tailpipe, it may need fettling. We also tidied up the rear mudguard and begun to put this on. We're running out of M8 bolts, of which this needs one. We've discovered the black and the red cable, which is here and here, and on here somewhere. Where's my black and my red? The black and the red is here. It could be the ignition switch that we've been looking for, or it could be the winkers. Who knows? But we will be fitting the regulator along here next to the coil here, and that will use the last of the stator wires. It's supposed to go through the light switch via. It goes from the stator via the light switch to the regulator. Okay, where we are today. Mentioned a new tact. Well, the new tact is going to be taking the motor back out and making a space on the bench. We're going to sort out why this Kickstarter is seized up. It's not giving me any joy. It shouldn't be like that. Okay, got a space on the bench, and we've got a motor in the machine. So next time you see that motor, it will be on the bench. A quick sense of deja vu. Gonna need a new cylinder head gasket, the bottom one, which goes there. Okay, so we need a new gasket. Now, trouble is, right, the kickstand is not turning the engine over, right? It's just meeting her. So think the thing to do is to turn it on its side and let's have a look inside. Okay, while I was gently messing about with the starter, the Kickstarter, it actually came out. It came out, which was rather annoying. And I'm going to put that down somewhere because it's annoying. But I still haven't got this motor to turn. But I mean, it was full of oil. I've had an oil spill, right? It shouldn't have. I've had an oil spill, right? It shouldn't have seized up. Maybe the Kickstarter was at fault. I mean, that might be why it wasn't turning. There was a couple of shims as well. They were loose. They just appeared. They appeared. I put them there. They seemed to fit over there. I mean, you know, they were just loose in it. So maybe some shims have slipped or something. But you know, it's not turning yet. Okay, got some blood to show for it. I was wearing gloves and I just rotated this and yeah, then it started to turn. You know, now that's turning naturally. So it's definitely some sort of shims had slipped off the starter motor or something. It's certainly freed up. There seems to be that circlip in the conrod there, which is making me feel a bit funny. And the crank or the conrod is a funny colour. I mean, it's kind of rust colour, but I think it's supposed to be like that. I think it's supposed to be that colour. I don't think the inside is that rusty. Anyway, so that might actually be job done. Now it's just to rebuild it with the correct part of the starter motor and go and lick my wounds. I meant Kickstarter. Okay, there was a closer look at this piston and where it goes in and out, and there's a freaking C-clip has appeared from somewhere, and it just fell out of where my finger is here. It was just resting there, so I mean that could have been enough to stop the Kickstarter kickstarting. I mean, it could be from anywhere. Goddamn thing could be from anywhere. Okay, just having a look at the gudgeon pin retaining circlip, which I think the gudgeon pin, I called it something else. Anyway, apparently, if allowed to work loose, can cause serious damage. Will cause serious damage. Anyway, I think we got it in time because I realised I was being gentle, but it has been allowed to work loose. I've got a feeling there's one of these at each end, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to try and push my gudgeon pin through, and if it is through, then I know where that circlip came from. Okay, we've loosely put the clock panel on there. We've got the neutral light working when I actually switch it on. So that's connected, but not connected, you know what I mean. The new controls here. Just got to loosen that nut on the throttle cable there. It's not able to tighten up to the control. And the plastic throttle tube is going to need the grip put on before, but I might just put it all together on the handlebar here to see how it all hooks up. Okay, as you can see, the handlebar ends about there. This is acceptable throttle action. I mean, it's on there, except the throttle tube is now sticking out sort of that far out, and that's not cool. You know, if you hit the deck, it's going to spin that. Anyway, so if you work further up the handlebar, the thing starts to grip unnecessarily. We've connected the front brake. That actually works quite nicely. And here is the stoplight wiring. Except, so much grinding and stuff. I was machining this in the end with a fucking Dremel tool. I had to cut a burr out here so that the fucking brake cable would go in. And now this epoxy clocks is all covered in iron filings. There are iron filings all over the exhaust. In fact, the whole machine is covered in freaking iron filings. So much for being new. This brand new thing, it already looks like it's got 30 years worth of work put into it. It's ridiculous. But anyway, we can progress, even though it's fucking useless. Got a sort of chopper feel to the handlebars because they're so wide now, you know. Ridiculous.